Good morning. Om Shanti. Welcome to all the viewers. Today, the Brahma Kumaris of Mauritius are celebrating the 75th anniversary of the independence of India. To celebrate this event, a program is being held at Global Peace House. So we now invite all the viewers to have a glimpse of the program.
The program started with the national anthem of Mauritius and that of India. The guests had the opportunity to view a short movie on the history of the Brahma Kumaris, followed by an extract from an inspiring speech of late Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
Living values produces greatness in and gives significance to human life. Today, to some degree, human life drifts without direction and meaning. Over the last 8 decades, the Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual University has been working to uplift society with living values. The inspiration behind this was the love and benevolence of God the Supreme Being. In 1936, in Sindh, Pakistan, God the Supreme gave divine inspirations to Dada Lekhraj, and the seed of the Om Mandali group was planted. Dada had always had deep faith in God, and due to his intense desire to experience God, the Supreme himself granted divine visions to Dada. He was given the name Prajapita Brahma and was made responsible for the establishment of the new era. And people started joining the Om Mandali. Recognizing the true potential of women, Brahma Baba entrusted the leadership of the organization to them. Following the India and Pakistan partition, in 1950, Om Mandali relocated to Mount Abu, Rajasthan. And thereafter, members stepped forward to serve society both within India and overseas. This organization became known as the Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual University. On January the 18th, 1969, the organization's founding father, Brahma Baba, passed away. The running of the organization was handed to Dadi Prakashmani, and due to her proficient leadership, the university has spread across the world, and its 9,000 branches in 133 countries have taken the form of a vast tree. Pandav Bhavan at Mount Abu, India, is the international headquarters of the organization. To build a values-based society, conferences and seminars at national and international levels are organized with lasting impact. In the year 1981, the university received recognition as a non-governmental organization at the United Nations. In 1986, the UN honored the Brahma Kumaris with 7 Peace Messenger Awards. For the spiritual empowerment of society, the knowledge of Raj Yoga is given without charge to everyone. Departments such as Women's Wing, Youth Wing, Media Wing, Medical Wing, and Education Wing have been established over the last 3 decades for the spiritual upliftment of various sectors of society. Following the passing of Dadi Prakashmani ji, Raj Yogini Dadi Janki ji was appointed as the new administrative head, with Raj Yogini Dadi Hirde Mohini ji and Raj Yogini Dadi Ratan Mohini ji as additional administrative heads. These three shining stars of spirituality are leading the organization with great success. Regardless of religion, caste, age, and language, anyone can receive great benefit from this spiritual knowledge. To date, millions have stepped out of their limited belief systems with the elevated feeling of one world family and are creating a new values-based society. Om Shanti.
कभी कभी मैं सोचता हूं कि हम अच्छी दुनिया की कल्पना करें, बेटर वर्ल्ड, या ये चिंता करें कि ये दुनिया बचेगी कि नहीं बचेगी। एटॉमिक लड़ाई साधारण लड़ाई नहीं होगी, उसमें हारने वाला तो हारेगा ही, जीतने वाला भी बर्बाद हो जाएगा। प्रश्न ये, विज्ञान का उपयोग कैसा होता है? आग से खाना भी पकाया जा सकता है, आग से घर को भी जलाया जा सकता है। अब हमारी बुद्धि निर्माण की बुद्धि हो, विनाश की नहीं। और ये थीम है आज का, द अप्रोच शुड बी क्रिएटिव नॉट डिस्ट्रक्टिव, इट शुड बी पॉजिटिव नॉट निगेटिव। मगर ये सीख कहां से मिलेगी, ये शिक्षा कहां से मिलेगी? इसके लिए माउंट आबू आना पड़ेगा।
A candle lighting ceremony invoking the Supreme Being for a true independence of the spirit on the song Sachi Azadi was performed by the chief guest. This was followed by a dance depicting the ancient glory of India now re-emerging from the ashes. Two short video clips spotlighted the Golden Drop initiative, engaging hearts and minds across the world to consciously create a beautiful world. In
And
the
one
first
of the
clip,
best examples to look
Deepak
at collective
Chopra
transformation
describes the
is
process of
the
collective
process in
transformation.
biology that is called metamorphosis, when something like a caterpillar becomes a butterfly. The two are quite different. A caterpillar is like a worm. A butterfly is a very magical creature with beautiful colors that flies. This is what happens. At a certain point in its development, a caterpillar becomes very greedy. It starts to consume more than it needs. And when its consumption exceeds its metabolic needs, the caterpillar's body starts to die. And it starts to liquefy. But within the body of the caterpillar, there are a few cells here and there that scientists refer to as the imaginal cells. Imaginal cells. Because these imaginal cells are dreaming a new reality, literally. These imaginal cells, they vibrate in a different frequency of consciousness. And when the caterpillar's body recognizes these imaginal cells, they attack them. The immune cells of the caterpillar, they attack the imaginal cells. But because the imaginal cells are vibrating at a different frequency, they remain immune to the onslaught. Soon the immune cells give up, a critical threshold, then something magical happens. A gene, a genetic code that has been lying dormant in the body of the caterpillar, it wakes up. And in that genetic code is the information for wings, is the information for a new heart, the information for antenna, the information for legs, the information for a new metabolic rate, because the metabolic rate of a flying creature has to be different from the metabolic rate of a worm. All that is coded in the gene. And the gene which was sleeping wakes up because of the connectivity of the imaginal cells. And as the rest of the body of the caterpillar starts to die, then the imaginal cells, they start to use the dying carcass of the caterpillar as their nutritive soup. And soon a butterfly emerges with the flight to freedom. You are the imaginal cells. So please start to imagine the new reality.
It was further enhanced in a second clip by Charles Hogg, National Director for Brahma Kumaris in Australia.
We live in such an extraordinary world. Around 8 billion human beings. And some researchers tell us that each one of us emanates around 70,000 thought patterns in a waking day. It's almost like we're creating this collective thought soup. When I tap into my true self, my original self, my spiritual essence, it begins to tap into the inner silence that is stored within me. This inner silence is a vibration and energy that heals, that nurtures, that restores and creates. When my light of self-awareness is switched on, I know who I am. Automatically I start to radiate a different frequency, a frequency of silence. And it's this vibration that starts to change the thought soup in the world. It starts to influence me. It begins to reach the material world and influence the material world. It reaches and influences our environment. It reaches and influences others. So why not offer your golden drop? Just as our collective thoughts have created the atmosphere in the world now, our collective thoughts of this silence, this pure energy, will begin to create a new world. Why not join us and add your drop of silence to create the world we all have in our hearts?
Sister Gayatri, chairperson for Brahma Kumaris in Mauritius, spoke about the role of mythological Brahma and the role of Prajapita Brahma in the creation of the new world through a series of visions he received from the Supreme Being. She equally elaborated the need to ignite the inherent divine qualities of the inner being within us all. Right now, by the science of yoga, that is, the journey of the self to the self through the self, thus contributing one's own natural, original and creative golden drop for the golden era.
So it's a great pleasure for me to announce to you that for us, the students, brothers and sisters of Brahma Kumaris, we have stepped into another age, and that age is called Confluence Age. It's the confluence of the old and the new. When the sun rises in the sky, we don't see the first ray of the sun, but it's the dawn of a new civilization.
Then we had a reflective and meditative session on the remarkable contribution of India to the world through quotes from worldwide known personalities, authors, philosophers, scientists, and statesmen.
Where the mind is without fear, and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father. Let my country awake.
A special feature were the sharings online from Mr. Nizar Juma, eminent businessman from Kenya. He shared his experiences on future of power dialogues held so far in 72 cities across the world in different countries with top people from different professions, with a focus on the type of leadership the world needs now. A spiritual based visionary leadership. This practice he showcased has been testified and is fast gaining ground.
But the important thing is, what kind of leaders is the world looking for today? And we believe in the future power that the world is now looking for more than just visionary leaders. We are looking for leaders who work with a spiritual base.
The president of Gopyo International, Mr. Mukeshwar Chuni, GOSK, gave an interesting expose featuring the main highlights of the history of India, along with the past and present inventions, discoveries, achievements, and know-how of Mother Bharat.
Internationally, India is promoting new trade, investment, innovation dynamics, and intense multilateral engagements with many countries to build more resilient partnerships democratically.
The invaluable presence and sharings of Padma Shri Balwant Thakur, Director of Indira Gandhi Center for Indian Culture, was an epitome of the rich cultural heritage through his experiential and authentic sharings. His innovative, creative, and divine spirit transcended his personality. He left a message to look at our own selves, commending each one to come up with one's own unique spiritual creativity. We can take it as a contribution, a golden drop for a beautiful world. He carried away the audience to the heart of eternity through a beautifully inspiring poem.
I would like to conclude with a poem of mine. Just few lines. I hope you people will read the kind of my vision. But how I, from a lawyer to a journalist, and then finally devoted and dedicated as a creative person. Just two, three lines about one of my very famous poem in Hindi. मैं स्वयं के शब्द से स्वयं को पहचानता, ललकारता सदियों से पूरे संसार में गुंजाता हुआ। भाषा यदि है तर्क और गणित अपने आप। समय को बदलना है खुद ब खुद देश को बदल देना। थोथे तर्क और कूटनीतिक गणित से तुम समय को बदलो ना बदलो, ठस्से से नहीं, मैं अपनी भाषा से समय को बदल दूंगा। धन्यवाद।
He also launched a book, The Third Eye of Sanjaya, written by Dr. Andata Tiloki in connection with the 75th anniversary celebrations of India. A powerful meditation was conducted by all the senior sisters, Sisters Geeta, Gayatri, Mala, Neeru, and Sangeeta. Sister Rekha was the master of ceremony, and Brother Madan gave a vote of thanks to all those present. Finally, all participants departed with spiritual gift, Namaste, my golden drop to humanity. The divine within me, honor the divine within you, and everyone got a personal blessing.